concert na hatid sa gabi.
Quarterfinal number 2 underway. Vahine Fierro on the opening ride against Caroline Marks. And down to her finishing section here. Quickly to the lip. Another snap there to finish. As she takes off first against a world champion named Caroline Marks. Both Vahine and Caroline were in the event in Tahiti. Vahine's local break, representing their countries in the Olympics. It was Caroline winning gold last summer. And Vahine had so much training, so much focus, worked really well with Jeremy Flores, and it was great to see Jeremy get the flight out to Pipeline to be in her corner. As we check out her opening ride, Jesse.
I mean, what I love so much about this wave is just how she's going to set up. Nice critical turn right there. Look at that backhand. Just touching the water to add some style, and that's just how comfortable she is setting up for a barrel. Gets nice and deep, comes out, gets the water off her face, starts to unleash again. That was a nice critical turn. More pressure even on that last one. Almost got a little too awkward on that entry. Seems like she was going to lose it, but regrouped it and finished it off strong. Good way to start. Like, she's going to apply pressure into Caroline.
As we break down a couple of these moves from Vahine, what'd you see here, Jesse?
Just the timing is impeccable. Like, she is great at that. Like, you see it how high she got on the lip once again. Beautiful timing. You can see the fins are coming off the back. That just means she's on edge right there, like as critical as it gets. Sets up for this barrel. You're going to see it almost feels like she's going to lose. That front arm is kind of swinging to the left of her. And the way she was actually able to stall afterwards as well and get a deep barrel is impressive.
Great start for Vahine Fierro. A 6.67 now prepares for her first left of finals day. She was absolutely beaming after getting through the night surf last night. Attacking it in the critical part of the wave. There's her transition. Well done, Fierro. Enjoying a nice barrel ride. Frames up that top turn, drives off the bottom. And getting a little bit stuck there, but she still got rhythm to find some speed for the inside pit and positions herself really well. One of the best in frontside tubes in the world, and she will wrap that to finish. Really fun opening run for Vahine, representing French Polynesia.
We're gonna do a thing.
Her mom Tahitian, her dad from San Diego, California. Dad went on a trip to one of those beautiful islands in French Polynesia and, well, never went home.
I don't blame her. It's one of the best places in the world, mostly for surfers, but beautiful technique right there. Double hand drag, gets deep in that section. Comes out maybe a little early. There's a little bit more left in the bone of that barrel. And then that's a problem she's going to have maybe on this one right here. Just pushed a little bit too lateral on that outside, that inside rail. Ended up getting caught. So that was, like, unfortunately for her. If she could have cleaned that up, it would have been a pretty decent score to start the heat. I wonder if that's what I was trying to mention right now. She's going to be too lateral, and the wave is not steep enough. Like, it's steep where she starts the turn, but it's a little bit flatter down the line, and that's where her rail gets dug a little bit. Still beautiful barrel to finish it off.
Thank you, Kaipo. Luke Egan, one of the best ever on tour for so long, and now one of the super coaches who's coached Caroline to a world title. Caralupo getting started. Got that nickname for the Mark Akalupo comparisons as she'll slam on the brakes. Gets a nice backside barrel. So much patience and just kind of resets on that first turn. Adapting to the curve of the wave and really nailed that last snap. Once she's got it down once, she can repeat it with success, and just getting a little bit offbeat and gets tackled by the inside barrel section. So her right not as long as she was hoping. And she'll try to make that adjustment on her second opportunity.
Yeah, that was a big mistake for her. She was on her way to a very solid score to probably match what Vahine has done previously on the right with a 6.67. She actually gets deep on that section right there, disappears, comes back, and this is when she starts to unload. Just so good on rail. Great timing from now on. Beautiful crack out the back. Nice bottom turn, gets vertical once again, and right here pushes maybe a little bit too much. Then once again, that entry for that last barrel, it's been clutch for most surfers on the men's and women's side. She was just a little bit too behind, and this is going to apply pressure for her on the next right she's going to have to perform, because...
And I think that stoke factor is going to carry her on for a couple more decades competing with the best in the world. She's fighting for a second world title this year. Came close last season as she was runner-up in the world to Caity Simmers. Just a little reset, and then absolutely tagging that snap. So settling for one major move before this barrel. Enjoying a bit of a vision there on that first hollow pit, and then she'll attack the lip line. Throwing some spray on that third turn out of the barrel. Now really risking it, but she'll get stuck. Really wanted to stay on the lip for a moment, but it put her really far behind. So the world champ finishing her first run on her left and right, and it looked like the advantage will stick with Vahine.
I mean, on tour, Caroline Marks is the person that the least do mistakes throughout the whole year, and I'm talking about on the men's and women's side. You rarely ever see her, and it's very uncharacteristic for her to do twice back to back. Look how beautiful that turn is, extended, a lot of amplitude, and this, she gets deeper. You see more intensity on her already because she knows she's with the back against the wall. Look how much she stalls. She hasn't been doing that on the previous heats or the previous runs she had on the day yesterday. She's gonna bring that board all the way back around, but just pushed a little too hard once again, and that's the problem. That entry of the barrel, it's very small and tight, and you need to make sure you're ahead of it. You want to be a foot or two in front for then the wave to catch up to you. A beautiful surfer, and she was on her way to a very solid score if she would have finished that wave. If you think about it, she missed one turn before the barrel, had the barrel, and still a finish afterwards. So now she has pressure on both sides, and actually Vahine has the freedom.
Vahine setting up run number 2. Really love that first turn. It's a slopier canvas to start, but she hit it with purpose. The third turn supposed to be the money turn, and she was able to drill it right there. Now into the barrel, showing that she can do it backhand or forehand inside the pit. The surfer from French Polynesia gets out of that long backhand tube, hammering that section, letting go of a lot of spray, and now putting her head down to get barreled again. Vahine looking solid. Snap there, hits it hard again. What a performance in quarter number 2. Looking for improvement on her right, which was already her best score. A 6.67 on her first right. Where are we going with that one?
I mean, personally, I think this is the best wave surfed on the women's side so far. Deepest barrels, longest barrels. The aggression that she actually, she pushed a little bit harder on the beginning of that wave, which was kind of her flawless in my eyes from the previous ride. She was like safety surfing, nursing a little bit too much. Still critical, good timing, but right there she really pushed it, as we're going to see her right here. First turn she set up. The wave gets steeper. Look how critical she gets on that turn. Then does that beautiful layback drag. And then this is when she's on the next level compared to the opponents. Look how deep she's going to get in this section right here. The wave's going to start running in front of her. She does the high line to make sure she comes out. Keeps herself very calm throughout that section because she's not seen much because all that water coming down in her face. And then once again, get another barrel. Beautiful technique and finish it off strong. She's already got a 6.67 in her first wave. I mean, and how much improvement she had on that last wave. Or sorry, her first ride. So how much improvement she had on this last ride. Look at that technique, touching the water. Look how much rail she has. Getting dug right there in a good way. Beautiful tube stance. Look at her back knee touching the deck of the board to give that stability, and also giving her the opportunity to kind of open up her shoulders.
That's not for everybody, but certain surfers can identify a pretty severe change in their equipment compared to the left or the right. Vahine dropping an 8-point ride on that last wave, now looking to improve on a 5-6. Already had the lead with a high score on the right, improved on it. And now she's looking to maybe put it away if she can improve on this left. Nice stylish down carve into a snap out in front, creating some speed and now setting up for the barrel a little bit early. She's out in front. Let's see if she can put together a big move here. Hits it well in the pocket. Another solid snap. She will ride away. Nice response from the Red Bull Athlete Zone. Marco Mignot, a rookie on tour, liking that one. And now Vahine jumps back on the Red Bull ski, looking to better a 5.6. How'd she do?
Yeah, I mean, once again, she's just stepping it up, cleaning up the mistakes that she had previously. Gets a nice barrel here throughout the midsection. I think bottoms out, just keeps stalling. A lot of good technique. This middle section here, unloads it, cleans up that carve she had before. She caught a little bit of that inside rail. And here was where the mistake came previously. She had that turn and got stuck. Now she cleaned that up, made sure she was calm and collected going through that last section and finish it off strong with two beautiful turns, pushing it even more on that last one. This is trouble, and this is the importance of starting off on a good note. Look how much freedom she had in front of her. Like, she was able to freestyle and actually put all of her soul into the surfing, and that translated into the scores that she had. And she's going to put, in my opinion, she's going to put even more pressure into Caroline Marks, and she has a huge task in front of her.
Both of those veterans have been eliminated from the event. A 7.95 on her average on a backhand that's won her several events on the championship tour. 2023 world champ rolling in a comeback scenario here. Great start, real composed turns, nice and smooth. I love that little stall she does on the tail. Not super deep, but she's going to get back to business. Super clean, focusing on a nice pace. Going more vertical, that was the money turn. Holding that bottom turn and tagging it. We'll see if she can get drained in here. There is the grab rail out in front. Solid setup and putting a lot into her finishing turn. Caroline making a significant improvement compared to her first run. That was the 4.77. And now she'll catch her breath and see what her requirement turns into on her last left here in this heat with Vahine Fierro, the world champ, feeling the pressure, but stepping up on this last right-hander. We'll give you the update on the scores right after this.
Paul Evans to talk you through it. Flick Palmatier, how are you going?
Oh, I'm going great. I mean, the volume's been turned up. Vahine absolutely applying the pressure right now, but it's Caroline trying to fight her way back.
Marksy trying to get involved here. She's got a little bit of scoreboard pressure against her at the moment. 7.95 the requirement. The tube will help her cause significantly. How deep will she go? That'll be the sort of things the panel will be analysing. That was a hammer.
Oh, wow.
Caroline Marks has looked quite a bit out of sorts actually in this quarter thus far. Once again, looking at the surfers that get to go first, do get to put a bit of scoreboard pressure on. A wry smile from Caro there. Won't be anything like that number that she needs. What happened?
Yeah, so she gets super deep in the tube here, and I really like that stance. Really just trying to maximize that time, but she comes out of this barrel and starts lining up this section, drops to the bottom, and carves her way through this turn. It was this moment here. So it goes up to hit that lip, and that lip maybe not quite steep enough. Just sort of getting caught on that outside edge rail.
Semi-finals, a job well done, an excellent number from her. We watched that wave as well and felt like that was the best wave we've seen in the pool on the right. Certainly brilliant surfing from her.
Oh, by far, that was the best wave we've seen on the women's side of the tour in this wave pool. It was incredible.